Broadcasting live from downtown Canton, Ohio since 1925. WHBC AM Canton, a Digity property.
Again and again and again, gas prices are lower, down below $2 a gallon all over Ohio. But what does that mean, that big savings of gasoline? Are we taking that money, are we putting it away and saving it, or are we spending it in driving more, or did your kids and grandkids have bigger Christmases? We're going to talk with financial strategist Clark Hodges right now on just that subject. Good morning, Clark.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I think I drove more because of the gas prices, and I don't think my grandkids sure had a much bigger Christmas, so I do know that. I'm not saving. Am I doing it wrong?
Well, I think you're typical. I think most Americans do have the mentality that when they have a little bit of extra money in their pocket, they find a reason to go out and buy something else or spend more money on it. I think that's very normal. But I do think it's interesting you say drive more. That's one thing I hadn't thought of. But yeah, people probably say, hey, well, I can go over to this part of town or go to this movie theater over here when typically I wouldn't have done that because, you know, it just costs too much to go. But now that's kind of out of the equation.
Yeah, I was amazed at when I saw the $1.91 at one point about a week or so ago. I was actually out of town. I filled up again. I said, woohoo, I'm going to go back. That's just a crazy, twisted logic, but I think that's kind of typical American logic.
I do. I think it is very typical. I wish most people would understand that $50 a month, and those statistics say that it's about $50 a month per family. $50 a month can do a lot for your future. And I'm in the investment business and can see situations, example after example, where if you dollar cost average $50 into your favorite mutual fund every single month, you're really going to make a difference in your net worth down the road. And the mentality of most Americans is they don't even realize that they could be owning American businesses through the mutual fund, through the stock market, and really benefiting themselves down the road. But they think, oh, $50 a month, I can't do anything with that. That's not going to make any difference in my life, but it really can.
Well, we tend to take, I believe, a short-term approach on it. Plus, boy, those of us, it wasn't too many years ago. Was it 5-6 years ago when that last big bust, and so many people lost so much in their 401ks? So are we just too sensitive about that and just know, does it really, over the long haul, it still is going to grow, right?
Over the long run, it is. And I think most people, like you said, were burned, and I understand that. They were burned. They don't understand. It takes a little bit of knowledge of the long-term history of the market and what it can do for you. But you put it this way to people: if you're driving around town and you see a restaurant doing well, or you see a movie theater doing well, or you see Apple Computer doing well, or what have you, if you were buying stock in those companies through a mutual fund, then as that company does well and that company's net worth grows, the stock price will grow, and you're going to benefit from that by having that money in there. And so just like any human being, if one year you make $50,000 and the next year you make $100,000, you're worth more making $100,000. And so the companies that make money and make more money every year, in 5 years and 10 years from now will be making even more money, they're going to be worth more, so the stock price will be up, and that's the best way to look at it.
All right, so your suggestion, maybe if it really is a savings of $50 per month per household, while you have that opportunity, start stashing it away, and you probably won't miss it anyways, will you?
You probably won't miss it anyway. It's beer money for a lot of people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It gets it out of your hands, and you don't have to think about it. If you do a dollar cost average where you can ACH that right out of your account without having to actually physically write the check, I think most people will forget that they do that every month.
I think it's a great idea, but I still went out and bought more toys for my grandkids first.
Well, you're a good granddad. You're a good granddad. They appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much, Clark Hodges, financial expert. Have a good one. Have a great holiday season.